Students, today we are going to learn the third problem on flexible budget. It is a different problem. Look at the problem. Sum number 3. The monthly budgets for the manufacturing overhead of a concern for two levels of activity were as follows. Levels of activity, that is capacity. At 60% capacity, details are given. At 100% capacity, details are given. Budgeted production, at 60% capacity they produced 600 units. At 100% they produced 1000 units. Indirect wages 1200, 2000 rupees. Consumable stores 900 rupees and 1500 rupees. Maintenance 1100 rupees and 1500 rupees. Power and fuel 1600 and 2000 rupees. Depreciation 4000. So here depreciation for 600 unit they spent 400, for 1000 units also they spent 400. So at all level they are spending the same amount, so we can consider this one as fixed cost. Yes. Insurance, for at 60% capacity they are spending 1000 rupees, at 100% capacity also they are spending 1000 rupees. So depreciation and insurance both are considered to be fixed cost, because in case of fixed cost, at any level of activity it remain constant. Yes. So depreciation we can treat it as a fixed cost. Insurance also we can treat it as a fixed cost. Yes. Here you are required to first indicate which of the items fixed, variable and semi-variable. We have to show which of the items fixed, variable and semi-variable. So we have to indicate them as fixed cost, variable cost or semi-variable cost. That is very, very important, because in this problem total cost of two levels of activities are given, but details about the variable, semi-variable and fixed cost are not given. Already we found fixed cost. There are two items are fixed cost, namely depreciation and insurance. So first question is we have to indicate which of the items fixed, variable and semi-variable. Then prepare a budget for 80% capacity. Given capacity levels are 60% and 100%. We have to prepare budget for 80% capacity. Yes. Next, find out total cost both fixed and variable per unit of output at 60%, 80% and 100% capacity. Then we have to prepare a statement which must show total cost, both fixed cost as well as variable cost, total cost as well as per unit at output level of 60%, 80% and 100%. Here we have to indicate the items which are fixed, semi-variable or variable. Yes students, now I am going to solve the problem. Look at the problem. At 60% capacity they are producing 600 units. At 100% capacity they are producing 1000 units. So they are asking us to prepare a flexible budget for 80% capacity. So I drawn format. At 60% capacity they are producing 600 unit. At 100% capacity they are producing 1000 unit. We are going to prepare a flexible budget at 80% capacity. How many units they are going to produce? Yes, here 1000 units they are producing at 100% capacity. If we multiply by 80, we will get 800. So if they work at 80% capacity, they are going to manufacture 800 units. Then now I am going to show how to indicate variable, semi-variable and fixed cost. Yes students, look at the problem. Indirect wages 1200 for 600 unit, 2000 rupees for 1000 unit. What we have to do? 1200 divided by 600. How much we will get? So indirect wages at 60% and 100% given. So 1200 divided by 600 unit, 2000 rupees divided by 1000 unit. So cost per unit 2. So cost per unit is 2 for at 60% level of activity, 2 for at 100% level of activity. Variable cost per unit remain same at any level of activity. So we can consider indirect wages as variable cost, because the cost per unit remain same. Then take consumable stores. Consumable stores. Total cost incurred how much? 900 rupees. At 60% capacity, How many units they are producing? 600. So cost per unit is 1 rupee 50 paise. Then take at 100% level of activity, they incurred 1500 for 1000 units. Here also cost per unit is 1.5. So here cost per unit remains same. If it is same, we should treat it as a variable cost. So indirect wages as well as consumable stores, both are considered to be variable cost. Already we found depreciation and insurance are fixed cost, because the fixed cost, total cost remain constant at any level of activity. Then we are going to identify the maintenance. Here 1100. So 1100 divided by 600. 1100 incurred at a 60% level of activity. So 1100 divided by 600. We are getting 1.83. Then at 100% capacity, they incurred 1500. 1500 divided by 1000 units. They are spending here. They are spending at 1.83. Here they are spending at 1.50. So what happened? We are not getting the same variable cost per unit. So this is considered to be semi-variable. This is variable cost. This is variable cost. These two fixed cost. Maintenance is a semi-variable, because the cost per unit, what happens, differs. 1100 divided by 600, we are getting 1.83. 1500 divided by 1000, we are getting 1.5. So cost per unit, we are not getting the same value. So we can consider this one as semi-variable. Then go to the power and fuel. At 60% capacity, they spend 1600. So 1600 divided by 600, we are getting 2.66. So 2.66. Here how much we are getting? 2000 divided by 1000, we are getting a 2 rupees. So here 2.66, here 2 rupees. This is also semi-variable. So first two items are variable cost. Depreciation, insurance are considered to be fixed cost. Here why we are treating it as a variable cost? Because in these two cases, in indirect wages as well as consumable stores, the cost per unit remains same. As I said earlier, the cost per unit of variable cost always remain constant at any level of activity. But these two considered to be semi-variable, because the amount, total cost not as same, as well as the cost per unit also what happens, gives the different value at a different level of production. So these two we can consider as a semi-variable cost. Okay, now I am going to solve the problem. Look at the problem. I am going to ascertain the fixed cost, semi-variable and fixed cost. The total cost should be divided into two parts, namely variable cost and fixed cost. Variable cost and fixed cost. First one, indirect wages, I said variable cost. Indirect wages, variable cost. How much? 1200 for 600 unit, 2000 for 1000 unit. So 1200, 2000. 1200 divided by 600, we are getting 2. 2000 divided by 1000 rupees, we are getting 2. So same 2 rupees we can write for 800 units also. So 2 into 800, 1600. Then consumable stores. Consumable stores. Total cost incurred 900 rupees for 600 unit. For 1000 units, they incurred 1500. So 900 divided by 600, we are getting 1.5. 1500 divided by 1000, we are getting 1.5. So same 1.5 we can write here. So 1.5 into 800. 1.5 into 800, we are getting 1200. Next, maintenance. We consider this one as semi-variable. Very, very important. We have to divide the semi-variable into two parts, namely variable cost and fixed cost. Now I am going to take maintenance. Maintenance. For calculation of variable cost per unit of variable cost. Cost per unit of variable cost. The difference in cost difference in cost divided by difference in production unit, production units. If we use this formula, we will get a cost per unit of variable cost. Difference in cost divided by difference in production unit. So difference in cost how much? 1100, 1500. So the difference in cost 1100 minus 1500. Difference in production unit, here 600, here 1000. So 600 minus 1000. So the difference 400 in cost, difference in production unit 400. So we are getting rupee 1, that is variable cost. Now we ascertained variable cost. What is the item? Maintenance. So maintenance, we ascertained rupees 1 is a variable cost. 1 into 600, 600 rupees. 1 into 1000, 1000 rupees. 1 into 800, 800 rupees. Then maintenance fixed cost. Students, total cost incurred for maintenance at 60% capacity, how much? 1100, of which 600 rupees is variable. So balance 500 rupees is fixed. It remain constant at all level of activity. Students, once again, total cost incurred 1100, of which 600 considered to be variable. So 1100 minus 600 variable cost, will get a fixed cost. Now we can get the cost per unit of fixed cost. How much? 500 divided by 600. 500 divided by 600, we are getting 0.833. Then 500 divided by 1000, this we get 0.5. Then 500 divided by 800, we are getting 0.625. Likewise, we have to find a variable cost for power and fuel. The difference in cost, how much? Difference in cost 1600 minus 2000. Difference in unit 600 minus 1000. So 400 divided by 400. So variable cost rupees 1. Rupees 1. This is for maintenance. This is for power and fuel. So power and fuel variable cost we know 1 rupee. Power and fuel. Power and fuel. Variable cost we know 1 rupee. 1 into 600, 600 rupees. 1 into 1000, 1000 rupees. 1 into 800, 800 rupees. We know the total cost incurred at 60% level of activity for power and fuel. How much we incurred? 1600. Out of 1600, the variable cost how much? 600 rupees. So balance 1000 rupees is fixed cost. So 1000 divided by 600 will get 1.667. Okay. Then 1000 divided by 1000, 1. 1000 divided by 800, we are getting 1.25. Students, here by using the following formula, we can get a variable cost per unit. Variable cost per unit. What is the formula? Difference in cost divided by difference in production unit. Take maintenance, difference in cost 400, difference in production unit how much? 600 and 1400. So 400 divided by 400, 1 rupee. This is variable cost of maintenance. So maintenance 1 rupee. 1 into 600, 600 rupees. Total maintenance how much? 1100. Of which 600 we should consider as variable cost. So balance 500 is a fixed cost. So fixed cost concerned, the total cost remain constant. Variable cost per unit remain constant. Total cost what happened? Varies. Then we completed power fuel also. Then we should move to the depreciation. Depreciation, I said, that is fixed cost, because at 60% activity they incurred 4000, at 100% also they incurred 4000. So total cost remain constant as far as fixed cost concerned. 4000, 4000, 4000. So 4000 divided by 600 will get 6.667. 4000 divided by 1000 will get 4. 4000 divided by 800 we'll get 5. Then last one, insurance. Insurance value 1000. 1000 divided by 600, we are getting 1.667. 1000 divided by 1000 unit, we are getting 1 rupee. 1000 divided by 800, 1000 divided by 800, we are getting 1.25. Students, in this problem, very important thing is we have to identify which of the fixed variable and semi-variable. Okay, that is very important. I said depreciation and insurance, the total cost remain constant, so we can consider it as fixed cost. Indirect wages and consumable stores, cost per unit remains same. So 1200 divided by 600, 2 rupees. 2000 divided by 1000 unit, we will get 2 rupees. So cost per unit remains same. We should consider as variable cost, indirect wages and consumable stores. Maintenance and power and fuel, the cost per unit not same for 60% capacity as well as at 100% capacity, so we should treat it as a semi-variable cost. Then I taught how to identify the variable cost per unit by using the following formula. First find the variable cost, then deduct variable cost from the total cost, you will get fixed cost. Then we completed everything. Now we are going to total the variable cost. Total variable cost, I am going to mark this one as A. After that, I am going to total the fixed cost. This total fixed cost I am going to mark as B. What I have to do? I have to add 3, 4, 5, 5.5, 5.5, 5.5. I said cost per unit of variable cost remain constant at all level of activity. Then total cost, what happened? It varies. So we have to add 1200 plus 900 plus 600 plus 600. Total 3300. Then here 2000 plus 1500 plus 1000 plus 1000, 2000. Value 5500. Here 1600, 1200, 800, 800. 4400. If we multiply these two, cost per unit and total unit produced, we will get this. So we can check 5.5 into 800, we are getting 4400. Then come to fixed cost. Fixed cost concern, the total cost remain constant at all level of activity. Cost per unit, what happened? Changes. So 5000, 6000, 6500. Per unit we have to add 0.833 plus 0.833 plus 1.667 plus 6.667 plus 1.667. 10.834. 10.834. Once again we will check this. 0.833 plus 1.667 plus 6.667 plus 1.667. Okay, correct. If we multiply 10.834 into 600, we will get same this value. Then move to this 566.5. So 6.5, if we multiply with 1000 unit, we will get 6500. Then we have to add this 0.625 plus 1.25 plus 5 plus 1.25. The total is 8.125. At last, we have to find total cost. Total cost A plus B. What we have to do? The total variable cost as well as we have to add fixed cost. 5.5 plus 10.834. 16.334. Then we have to add these two. 3300 plus 6500. 9800. 9800 divided by 600 unit. 600 unit, we will get this value. Then 5.5 plus 6.5. Total 12. 6500 plus 5500, if we add these two, we will get to 12,000. So 12,000 divided by 1000 will get 12. 12 multiply with 1000 will get 12,000 rupees. Yes. Next 5.5 plus 8.125. 13.625. Then 4,400 plus 6,500 will get 10,900. We'll recheck this. 10,900 divided by 800 will get 13.625. Students, we completed in this problem. The main thing is we have to indicate the fixed, variable and semi-variable. In next class we will solve different problem. Till then, bye and thank you.